We are here in Jaipur for the media drive of this new Kushaq, which has got quite a good facelift. And talking to me about the car, the market, and the road ahead for Skoda India, I have with me Ashish Gupta, brand director for Skoda India. Ashish, always good to chat with you.
Always good.
So, coming very quickly to the car, driven it definitely feels a lot fresher. But I think one talking point is the 8-speed gearbox.
Sure.
Quite a surprise because 1 liter to have an 8-speed and in this segment. So just thinking behind that, I mean, done for economy, done for, just the fact that on a spec sheet, it also looks good.
No, definitely. I think, when you bring a feature upgrade into a car, as dear to us, as emotional to us as the as the Kushaq, I think we naturally thought about what can we do to enhance the appeal of this car to our customers. It has always been known for its driving dynamics. It's always been known for the safety that it brings. And talking about driving dynamics, the 8-speed automatic does elevate the driving experience even further. More the number of gears, sure, the smoother the transmission is, the better fuel efficiency you get. And we just got the latest ARAI figures as well. So we do see a 4% increase in fuel efficiency also coming in with the 8-speed. So I think all the good reasons to bring in. And as you said, of course, it also looks good on a spec sheet.
Right. You talked about this being a very driver's car,
Yeah.
driving dynamics. But, curiously, you've got the massage seats, which are first in class on the third row.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been more logical to have it for the front row where the drivers are?
No, you're totally right. And, we had a choice at the end of the day to look at, what kind of features do we bring into the car. The normal thinking that we have also always had that our cars are very driver focused, and naturally so because of the way we position it and way the our cars are built. But we do have an experience of almost 100,000 customers owning the Kushaq. And when we went into the analysis of the customer profile, we did see that a large part of our customers also travel with their families in the back. Naturally, in India, that is how it happens. And therefore, we wanted to do something for the people sitting at the rear. Normally, the comfort of the person sitting in the front is more or less dependent on who's sitting at the back. So we needed to keep them cool as well. But having said that, we also are continuing with our features of front ventilated and electric seats for the front passenger and the driver. So there's comfort for all the passengers in the car.
Right. So, Ashish, looking at the car mechanically quite similar.
Yeah.
Of course, you've got these cool features like the massage seats, and well, not mechanically, not similar. You've got the 8-speed
Yeah.
gearbox. Obviously, as you said, fuel efficiency is one advantage, but this is a segment which is seeing a lot of competition with all new cars.
Sure.
So, refresh is one thing, but there's no real all new vehicle yet.
Hmm.
So, given this scenario and the fact that the car's been around now for a couple of years, and there's more competition coming in, European competition coming in. I mean, how do you see this segment evolving, and how do you aim to stay relevant in this?
At the end of the day, Hormaz, what you have to also look at is, barring new powertrains coming in, and I'm talking about electrics and hybrids, there is that much only you can do, and that is something which we have also tried to take a lead in by democratizing technology. If you look at the new Kushaq, it comes with a lot of features standard in the car right now. Right from the base variant, you have an electric sunroof, which is still a selling point and a pride of ownership for customers. You have features like rear defogger, you have LED lights, which are standard across all our lineup right now from the Classic Plus itself. You have alloy wheel standard, you have automatic climate control standard in all our cars. So that is how we are trying to bring more and more value to our customers in whichever variant they buy.
Right. So that's interesting. So what you're trying to say is, for you, the way you're going to fight is on adding value from even the base variants onwards. So
Definitely.
it's really a, let's say a varianting kind of a game in this.
No, I don't think it is a game. It is, selling at the end of the day is about adding value for customers, and you have to constantly look at that within the the game that you have been given, or the envelope you've been given. How can you add more value to customers? And this is our way of democratizing European technology.
Right. But again, looking at the brand, we all know it stands for driving dynamics, phenomenal engineering. But since one gets it, that is not always appreciated by the Indian customer. And then again, to your point, you have to revert to the features
Yeah.
and have them filter down to the low variant.
Yeah.
So, just your thought on the Indian customer, is that still what is driving their purchasing decision? To
No.
be honest, slightly superficial as well.
No, I don't think so. I think, A decade back, maybe this conversation I would have agreed to. But today, if you look at it, the way we have driven safety, for example, as a brand in the
Right.
Indian market, now today, no customer ignores safety as one important selling point. Today, safety is the first point every car talks about in offering it to the customers, and has become one of the main selling points of any car. So you can make a change. You can actually bring customers to what really matters, what we have done with safety, what we have done with driving dynamics. Who spoke about turbo engines and power outputs 5 years back? No? Today, if you look at any launch, everybody's talking about turbo engines. This is the power output. I give you a sporty feeling. So I would like to take a little bit of credit for also bringing these nuances into customers' minds while buying cars.
Right. So again, so going forward, what's going to be really the brand values that you're going to be playing on? Is it going to be still going to be the, as you said, the safety, the driving dynamics, the power? And do you think that, let's say, appreciation for that is expanding slowly, or are they still going in the feature direction?
No, I think so. I think, people are becoming more and more attuned to asking for what really matters, which is safety, build quality, and the driving dynamics. At the end of the day, it's more about traveling from A to B. A to B, you travel, there are so many options available. How can you do it in a better way is what people are looking for right now. But having said that, I would also, like to say that as we go forward, our focus is also on increasing accessibility to technology. Making each and every product of ours, each and every variant of ours relevant to the customer set that we are addressing. But at the same time, offering them a differentiated experience through the strengths that we bring in. Yeah.
Right.
So that is how we are approaching this entire piece going forward.
Great. And Ashish, you're in two very competitive segments. As the core is sedans, we'll come to a little later,
Yeah.
but your three key models made over here. Let's say mid-size segment, again, getting very competitive. How do you see that? I mean, we talked about it earlier. And of course, uh, the other competition actually from compact SUVs, because compact SUVs after GST have become cheaper.
Correct.
So I think that also is a competition in a way. And we'd like to get your thoughts seeing the dynamics between Kushaq and the Kailak right now.
No, definitely, when you start looking at your entire portfolio, you do look at each product in isolation and what is its competition set. But at the end of the day, you do consider how is every product positioned in your portfolio. So definitely with the GST changes, there was a little bit of rejig required in terms of our varianting, in terms of our price points. With the prices of the subcompact SUV, the sub 4 meter SUV dropping more than the compact SUV, there was a price gap or a free space available. So that is what we have tried to address by the new Kushaq, and you will see the prices on the 21st. We've also tried to address that by adding new variants in the Kailak, so that at the end of the day, the customer is looking more at cars, but also at various price points that fit into their budgets. Yeah. So you have to make more and more options available to customers at various price points. That's how we approach it. I do not approach it as a cannibalization thing. I approach it as many price points as you can offer to customers that add value to them.
Now, let me put it another way. Do you think compact SUVs are more, not, I wouldn't say a threat, but more of a competition now to mid-size SUVs purely because of the better price, I mean, the bigger price cap that there is? Yeah.
No, I think that definitely is a challenge. Customer always has a choice, but at the end of the day, for every customer, there is a set amount of budget that they want to spend on a car, yeah? And that more or less dictates your choices on what kind of a car you're going in. For us as manufacturers, as marketeers, it is important that we build in at those price points adequate value for them. Yeah.
Right.
So if you look at bigger cars, the compact or the Kushaq segment cars, they are packed with more features. They are bigger cars. They come with more powertrain options. So those are the kind of values that you add.
Right. And lastly, Ashish, sedans, clearly a segment that unfortunately is unloved these days, but you all are still kind of, let's say, pursuing with it, and good that you are. Very quick question, Slavia. I know with your personal interest in the sedan segments, number one sedan this year in India.
I hope so. I hope so, but all in the family. So, the competition right now is in house. So,
Right.
whoever wins, I'm happy.
Well, that's a diplomatic answer, but you would like to be number one with Slavia. Is that right?
You're putting words into my mouth right now, but I won't say that. Yeah.
Okay, fine. On that note, congratulations.
Thank you, Hormazd.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Thanks.